This coming Friday, a bombshell of a teaser is dropping for Satisfactory 1.0, and it's most likely something to do with this. But what is this? Well, I'll be reacting to the new trailer live right here on this YouTube channel and also over on my Twitch when the trailer drops. As usual, a massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed in the last 24 hours. But without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. So this is the tiny snippet of actual footage we have, and it's all to do with this main item right here, which is a Sloop. This bad boy has been in the game for ages. It even has some very weird transcripts, such as relaying message, "Hello, this is voice changes. Parental figure, I have taken ill and need your help to find a cure. Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts," and obviously the Sloop, as well as the Mercer Sphere, are those alien artifacts. In fact, I've made an entire video talking about the Satisfactory lore so far, that I do highly recommend checking out. That explains a bit more of this. And as of right now, this thing currently doesn't have any use and it's a work in progress, so it doesn't really do much just yet. But judging by this epic trailer that we can currently see, that clearly is going to change. And at the very end of the trailer, it says, "To be continued." So again, this is the reason why I'm streaming on Friday, to see what this trailer is going to be about. Other than seeing Snut's face in the background, this is the second most interesting thing on the screen. Now, let's talk a bit more about this machine itself, because again, there's tons of speculation about this that we'll definitely get into today. Originally, when I saw this bend up here, I assumed that this machine is the space elevator, but that's not entirely accurate, because as we can see from the real space elevator, this bend right here is clearly very different from this bend. So the space elevator and this machine are not the same machine. This point is further confirmed when you look a little bit closer at this, which is producing the purple and blue light that you can see. Coming back to the space elevator, we of course have the actual elevator part inside of this. So it's definitely not the space elevator. This is most certainly a different machine that we're dealing with. And just in case you're somehow still not sold that this is a different machine, look closely at this. We can clearly see that whatever machine this is, which analyzes the Sloop and probably even the Mercer Spheres as well, we can see that it has to be powered on. And obviously with the space elevator, you can't connect it to anything. It doesn't require power. So again, completely different machine, just in case you are still confused. Additionally, let's just compare the very start of this clip to the very end of this clip, right about here. We can see the Sloop is rising quite gradually, but eventually, it somewhat stops around the halfway mark, so I don't think it's necessarily being sucked up into this laser thing, whatever this could be, which we'll talk about in a second. I think that it comes out of here, you somehow put it through a conveyor belt, it comes into this machine, it does some sort of effect, then it just starts to slow down. And when we compare this shot with this shot, we can see that the actual laser part itself gets much thicker when the Sloop goes up. Almost as if whatever this machine is draining the energy of the Sloop. So on to the main question, what exactly is the purpose of all of this? Something which I saw floating around is teleportation. In theory, we've already got a kind of teleportation mechanic in the game, and when I say kind of, I mean it's not very efficient, and the only way you can do it is by you can teleport anywhere in the world to your hub in the click of a button. All you have to do is press the respawn icon, and eventually you end up back in the hub. You can do this from anywhere across the world, but that's not really teleportation. That's just respawning, which is, of course, quite different. And in theory, you would actually lose all your stuff unless you have certain mods enabled. Judging from the comments I've read, people are either convinced this is teleportation, or it's something to do with lasers. Let's first address teleportation. First of all, do you need to insert anything into the new machine to be able to teleport? Like, do you have to use a Sloop? Is that what we see is happening? The player inserts the Sloop into the machine, which then allows them to teleport? The truth is, we just don't know. Something else that I've seen people talk about, though, is, does it have unlimited uses? And if not, what then do you have to add? And if you were to insert something, would it even be a new item? Maybe it's something brand new that they're adding to the game. Maybe it's something to do with quantum stuff. Maybe it's Sam Ore related, maybe it's Summer Sloop, we generally do not know. In the tiny clip we saw, we only saw Summer Sloop. Moving on to lasers, and I think there's one thing in everyone's mind, and that is weapons. Do I think they're going to be adding laser weapons into the game? No. Purely because, what will you use them for? Sure, you can use them to take down a hog or one of the other aliens in the game, but it feels like a very limited use and a bit of a waste of a teaser and a feature, obviously. Secondly, and we're coming around full swing here, teleportation, again. So some people think that rather than it just being instantly able to teleport you, you have to insert Summer Sloop or something, and that then causes a laser to then teleport you or items. Not just players, but items. So if you're chilling in the Dune Desert just like we are right now in our creative world, but let's say we want to try and get something over to the Dune Desert. The easiest and quickest way to do so is with using drones or trains or any other vehicle. But if you want to get it over from point A to point B instantly, then that could be where this machine comes in use. So rather than, let's say, Summer Sloop being the key part of this machine, maybe it's just teleporting the Summer Sloop, but you can teleport anything. And that Summer Sloop in this example is purely here just to show it off. This theory is definitely out there, but again, there's no wrong answers as of yet. Despite not knowing much about this machine itself, it's still fair to say people are still very excited about quantum technology and everything else coming into the game. And we know that because I've done 2 polls on the channel. The first one asks, are you looking forward to Satisfactory 1.0? 94% of people said yes, 6% said undecided, and 0% of people said no. It's obviously got 1 or 2 votes, but still 0% is wild. In the second poll, which I only did 1 day ago, so it hasn't got as many votes, I ask, are you looking forward to quantum technology? Not everything in 1.0, just quantum technology coming into Satisfactory 1.0. 67% said yes. 32% said yes, but it looks difficult to use or to work with. And only 1% of people said no. So this edition seems like it's got a lot of people on side. Well, 99% of people to be exact. Just as I was editing this video, I saw someone bring up the point that this could be a jet engine, just like the pod that we currently have in the game. Which is an interesting theory, how there could be a potential, again, plane or jet or pod taking the Summer Sloop and then flying it to the very top of the brand new space elevator, which we can see in this trailer right here, which is a decent theory. But again, if that was correct, we would see the Summer Sloop go straight into the machine rather than it just randomly stopping in the middle. So again, I definitely feel like this machine is harvesting the Summer Sloop. That's my overall opinion. This machine is harvesting the Summer Sloop, and then it unlocks maybe like a power, or it unlocks something. We don't know yet, but I think, again, it's more of a harvest than a transport or a teleporter, personally. Of course, a massive thank you to Mel Mal, Jan Machejko, Chaos Rising, and our brand new latest member, Low ! For all becoming members on the channel. Thank you very much, guys. But without further ado, click on the left or right of your screen to see more of my content, subscribe if you like Satisfactory, and I will see you on the next video. Godspeed.